Hi, it's Friday the 3rd of January 2019. The moon's in Aries at the moment. She's going to stay there right through until tomorrow actually, 8:15 a.m. Pacific, 11:15 a.m. Eastern and 4:15 in the afternoon tomorrow. That's the 4th of January, and then we'll get the Taurus moon. But at the moment it's all about Aries, and the moon is actually over half full now. She's just coming up to 52% full, about 51.9 as I speak. So once she gets over 50%, she really gets her boots on and things start happening. So that Aries moon is palpably obvious at the moment. People are really active. People can actually be a bit impetuous, and it's not a great day at all for sort of suddenly acting on impulse. But if it's a happy impulse, why not go with it? Why not make things happen, eh? Basically, anything where you've got to be very patient and take your time is going to be like not so good to do today. But that improves a lot under Taurus tomorrow. So well over first quarter now anyway. That's the bottom line of it. The full moon is actually coming up on the 10th of January, and that's going to be 7:21 in the evening here in UK, GMT, UTC. Trying to remember what all these things are about. So 8 hours before that Pacific, 5 hours before that Eastern, and that is going to be a full moon. There's actually going to be a lunar eclipse as well in the sign of Cancer, pretty much at the same time. They tend to be a couple of minutes apart. I'm never sure why, but they tend to be a couple of minutes apart. But it's a penumbral lunar eclipse, so the moon will look a bit darker than it did the night before, and it won't be as bright as a usual full moon. But I believe they're calling this one a wolf moon, so it is quite powerful. It's just going to be a little bit darkened because of the way it appears to us at the time. So we're headed towards that, and that's going to be the first sort of big astrological event of the year, really. And it follows on, of course, from the big eclipse we had in Capricorn, the solar eclipse that came in December. So 2020 is active. It's happening. We're headed into the future already. Now, so far, there haven't been any really massive changes that I've noticed, at least anyway. But we have to be patient. 2020 is 365 days long, and so, there are still only 3 days less than that to go. Quite a lot of time for this to unfold. Got to stay positive, and that's not too difficult today because the sun, which is in charge of things, generally speaking, has everything to do with sort of leadership and authority out in the world and in the way we lead our own lives forward and our friends. Spiritual reflection, the sun sextile Neptune, spiritual reflection, artistic creativity, creative leadership with vision, which is no bad thing. So get into that vision questing if you haven't done yet. Think about where you want to be. Think about where you want to be going. And if you're feeling that 2020 hasn't brought you exactly what you were hoping, just remember it's early in the year and think about where you actually want 2020 to take you. That is the way to keep moving forward, and that is the way to keep everything rolling and everything happening. Good time for voluntary actions as well. People sort of willing to help one another and just doing stuff that maybe you don't normally feel you've got time to do. Somehow there might be an impulse today. Somehow you might feel like going along with it, which is no bad thing, is it not? The moon is sextile Venus, and as I say, she is over half full now, so becoming quite a powerful influence and actually growing in power every day right through until the 10th next week. Sextile Venus, so, good feelings, good intentions, a real good time for social meetings and interactions, that kind of thing, and a real good time for the esoteric as well. Neptune itself is actually void in Pisces, so trends are unclear, so it really does, put the onus on you to do something positive and to think positively if you possibly can, because not everything is completely clear basically, and what is real seems to be kind of torn apart, doesn't seem to be entirely normal, and people don't have a great deal of faith in our leaders. But yeah, that's just the case with the world in general, isn't it? Mercury conjunct the Sun could be news, could be an announcement, and because Mercury is direct, we're looking at people making decisions based on the rules, and that is no bad thing actually. It's all about how we interpret the rules. So it's all open basically. Everything is possible. Venus void in Aquarius, emotions are strong, and people tend to act out on emotions in a very strong way. Some people take risks. Well, that happens just about every day somewhere in the chart. It says that. because people are people. People are human, and we do take risks. I don't think we ever really get forward without taking a risk. That's where innovation comes from. Matters of love and sex seem compulsive, it says here. So, don't do too much in that direction, just on impulse. Think it through. But, emotional things, cultural things are quite important themes at the moment. They're quite important themes all the time. But, particularly the emotional things are going to be turning over in our minds. And so it's more important than ever to think positive. But if we do think positive, it's looking really good because of that moon sextile Venus and all the power that there is behind the moon at the moment. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, friends. Thanks for joining me. A big thumbs up, please, if you've enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, tap the bell so you receive all notifications as well, because it does give you a choice. So tap the bell to receive all notifications. Do leave me a comment. I enjoy seeing them. There is actually the Aries Tarot for January is up at last. It took me quite a while to upload it, but it's up there. And so Taurus is coming up sometime later today. All the signs are coming up in the next few days. So keep it real. Keep it twig, brother. Have a fantastic Friday, the 3rd of January. And I'll see you again very soon. Peace.